You are listening to Flashpoints on Pacifica Radio. Now, some sounds from this morning's sunrise ceremony. It's National Indigenous Peoples Day, so we're going to hear some of that.
Oh, my relatives, this is Tony Gonzalez here for Flashpoints. Today, I have with me Madonna Thunderhawk, one of the co-founders of WARN, Women of All Red Nations. Madonna Thunderhawk, mother, grandmother, maybe great-grandmother, if I may say. And Madonna, you just, continue to impress me. Madonna was there, Wounded Knee, back in 73, and she's here with us on the Rock. And Madonna was also there at Standing Rock in the beginning of around April of 2016, all through the summer and into the winter. Madonna, introduce yourself to the community. As the community here in the Bay Area is somewhat familiar with you coming and goings, but tell us about Standing Rock and the time that you spent there and where things are right now, especially with the water protectors.
We went up to Standing Rock, invited to come up as coordinators to try to help build community there when it realized how many hundreds of people were showing up. And so that, that was ongoing for the several months that we were there. Something like 6-7 months. But the ongoing struggle, of course, is the legal battle now. We're into the legal battle. There's a lot of issues involved, But Morton County in North Dakota is finding out it's very expensive, very, very expensive to, arrest all these people and level charges, and you got to deal with all these cases. So they are dismissing several misdemeanor cases, like I said, but there are important ones still, and the treaty defense is the major.
And Madonna, I understand that has been well over 825 water protectors in particular that were arrested, and now it's down to about maybe 400 more that still need to be addressed in court. And I might say, Madonna, that those other 400 that have, many of them, their charges have been dropped. Mm-hmm. So, it was kind of like harassment. To have them reappear in court, which is, very costly, and then they appear in court and they drop the charges, So, what can you tell us about? Do you have a website where people who want to help?
Well, basically, when I'm working with the legal defense, I'm working with is the Last Child Legal Defense. There's others, but the two main cases are Chase Iron Eyes and Holy Elk Lafferty. They're using the treaty as a defense. But like you were saying, Morton County, they're real selective, and others that influence, for example, like Tiger Swan. The mercenaries, those they influence what Morton County is going to do as far as real selective on who they dismiss charges and what, like a lot of the charges were non-Indian young people from all over the country. They weren't just Indian people locally, but they focus on the Indian people, and of course the dismissed charges, a lot of them are the hundreds of white kids from wherever, So it's one of those processes, it's racism and all that.
Madonna, I want to ask you, please, if I'm not getting too out of line, but there were elections held, and David Archambault is no longer the chairman leading the charge. And using treaties also as the chairman at Standing Rock. Will there be any difference with the new elected chairman for the reservation? Are you familiar or aware? Probably not much that difference.
No, but I'm familiar with the new chairman there. But Indian politics are really different. It's not so much that it's issue oriented. It's more of popularity contest in some instances. So it's kind of like an if or situation, but it isn't that big of a deal. I mean, Archambault, whatever, whoever,
Okay. Yeah, we can work with whoever, right? And the new chairman was at Standing Rock, supporting the pipeline as much as possible. And just one final thing, I understand that White Clean Nebraska that the state Supreme Court there denied the alcohol licensing to the 4 stores that were selling over 4 million cans of beer, Budweiser, etc., at Standing Rock. Can you share anything with that? Or
well, what I know of it, of course, it's further south than where I live, but yeah, they just basically shut the town down. There's no, and it's all about money anyway, millions they were making, but they're done.
And, just for our listeners to know, there's about, 8 reservations or so in South Dakota and in that area, and some are dry, like Pine Ridge is dry, but is considering perhaps a license itself to sell liquor. Do you know about that?
Yeah, but that's beer. Well, that's always comes up an issue, even on my reservation, Cheyenne River Reservation. It's either or. Sometimes it becomes a topic, sometimes it's not. An issue, whatever. But because of the major what's going on in this modern day with the drug culture, the drug, alcohol sales and stuff is still a problem in Indian country, but it's kind of taking a step back because of the danger of the drug world,
Oh, no, I want to thank Madonna Thunderhawk for speaking with us here on The Rock. And, of course, as American Indian Movement that she also helped co-found is Sobriety. That's what we're promoting. The movement, the American Indian Movement, is a spiritual movement, and it requires being clean and sober, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep in balance and remember that and saying our prayers to Mother Earth. I want to thank you, Madonna. Do you have any closing words or anything?
No, that's good.
Thank you. Oh.